Strategy and Snark presents Dungeons and Dragons Online. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Heart of Madness pack, the final of our Zoriat-themed crazy madness wacky quests. And they did not hold back. They did not hold back. So, there is, as far as I can tell, there's no arc giver for this. It's just the three quests are sitting out here. We got Dirk the Deranged. We've got Verona and Kier. I'm going to start with Kier. I think technically Dirk is the first quest, but I like his quest and I kind of don't like this one, so oops. We're just going to do this one first, get it out of the way. Fashion Madness. He is producing a fashion show. And we are hired on as security. So we need to step over here into Lord's March Plaza. And around the corner is the fashion show staging area. Clint, why'd you have to expire again? Oh well. What could go wrong? This quest takes a little while. And for no good reason. So we talk to the stage manager. I'll keep an eye on things. Okie dokie. Speak with the promoter. Hey, what? I don't remember that guard just trying to shank me. Okay. Speak with the promoter. Okie dokie. You're here. Let's get the show started. Okay. Guard the fashion show. And now we have exactly the same problem I had with the last time we had a fashion-themed quest, right? We're locked into cutscene mode. We're just literally standing around waiting on the actual, like, it's legitimately, I'm going to jump in here just to annoy them. Like, sure, your outfit is fancier than the peasants. Okay, but do I really have to sit here? We really sit here and we just watch the fashion show. I do not know any way of making this go faster. That's the same outfit. Did you just turn around and come? Maybe I'm not paying enough attention, but I thought that was the same outfit. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we're still cutscene. The Mad Mind Flayer Yalthun appears. Again. Right, he's the same guy from the first Madness chain. Okay, so he's the Mind Flayer who was turning people into like weird, grotesque things. There we go. Now we can fight. So these taken, right? These are the things he was turning people into. Fight me! Don't fight peasants. I have sword, they don't. Like, your existence depends on me not stabbing you. Defend yourself. I don't even have a hireling. This is literally your best chance to try to kill me, and the things are still going after the random passersby. I like you. Who are you? Just this lady in a hat with a knife, just... She's got the gumption. She's like, I ain't dying to some eyeball. She takes her knife out and just starts stabbing. That's right. I'm gonna protect this lady. Get here, eye terror. It's probably the producer or something like that. Would be my guess. Oh, did she die? Yep, she died. Well, I tried. It's not my fault she doesn't have 948 HP. But hey, hey. If I could click on you, I would cast Resurrection. She actually fought back. She didn't just give up. We must pay our respects to the random NPC in the hat who pulled a dagger instead of just running away screaming. Hello, zombie. Alright. Is that everybody? No, because the quest hasn't updated. There's another bad guy out here somewhere. Doop de doop doop. I don't see any movement. So it's probably just that it spawned somewhere outside of aggro range. Where are you at, random monster? That looks important. Or not. It's not up here. Do I just have to get closer to you? Ooh. I imagine he would not be particularly amused by me having killed all of his little goons. And then just running up in front of him and going, woo! I don't have another thing to kill though, so... Can we go back to the staging area? Are there more things in here? Hello? Staging area exit? Nope. That literally leaves the quest. Okay. Fashion show entrance. Wouldn't be the first time I've had to restart this quest. I didn't even bring a hireling, and something is broken. I'm gonna guess it's expecting me to have killed 80 things, and maybe we killed one of those little zombies without letting its eye spawn. Got nothing. I mean, I'm not missing something obvious, right? There's no... I'm not exactly hiding. Just me and my cat. To the wiki. DDO wiki. Fashion madness. Let's see if there is any warnings on the wiki. Bug. Yep, it just says that monsters probably got lost somewhere. Probably chasing one of the fleeing people. Like, can I fall in this hole? No. So, a monster probably fell through the world. Is what we're getting at here. Ironically, Clint would have been... Oh! Hello! Hooray! Oh, I was about to just give up and restart the quest. Hooray! Okay. Wasn't that exciting. Just a little suggestion. If you're gonna spawn 80 monsters, and you have to kill 80 monsters to continue, maybe spawn, I don't know, 85? Even if some of them are like weaker or something, just don't. This is not the first time this has happened to me in this quest. It's not the first time. I do not run this quest. Since there's no arc giver, there's no like total end reward for doing all the quests. There's no reason to do this quest. It's not part of a saga. Nothing. And I'm not really a fan of having to wait 2 or 3 minutes for a cutscene at the very start of a quest before I can begin the quest. Especially when it bugs out and we spend... What was that? We've been in here for 10 minutes. We've been in here for 10 minutes. We have not done 10 minutes worth of adventuring. Not even close. Shattered wall? Okay. I'll check it out. We're supposed to find 2 sewer chambers. I will say the boss of this quest has given me trouble in the past. Let's see, we're just killing everything we come across at this point. Yeah, I get that some people like Yalthun because he's edgy and meta, kind of. Like, he's talking about the quest design. Oh, did I close that door? How rude of me. Right? It's kind of like I think what they're aiming for was Mind Flayer Deadpool kind of thing. Like, oh, look at him. He's so self-aware. It's like, does he remember how I killed him? We were literally in his favored terrain, and I metaphorically stabbed him through his brain. Does he remember that? Because if I ever get close enough to him, I'm just going to cut his head off again. I'm not sure how he's not dead as is. I mean, I guess he's not from... He could be one of those, oh, I reformed on my home plane kind of monsters. Wait. There we go. Destroy the cocoons in the second chamber. Okay, so we skipped the first chamber. Have to go back for that. That's apparently not a cocoon. Crazed Fjarlan guard. Hey, we got 2 of those now. Okay. Bomb. Now we just have to find the other chamber. And, you know, then double back to find the boss. I think that... Oh, is this the first chamber? Wow. That was a long search. Bonk, bonk. So in that first sewer section, okay, in the one from before we walked into the cracked wall, if you jump in the water, there's actually a whole bunch of, like, extra stuff to do. Like, extra rooms, mini bosses and stuff. Like, optional stuff. Like, there's actually optional stuff in that water. And it goes on for quite a while. The first time I did this quest, I didn't realize you could go through the cracked wall thing. It was just like... I thought it was just a descriptive thing on the wall. I didn't realize you could walk through it. So I did a whole bunch of optional stuff, like swimming through the water, under the bridges, exploring. They put a decent amount of stuff in there. I wonder if I could one-shot him from here. So, we kill him. I believe this is one of those bosses that the more you hit him, the more other things will spawn. So watch out for additional bad guys, especially if they're mind flayers. Alright, all I saw was a couple of extra eyes. And that's the end of the quest. Alright, thank God. Let's get out of here. We don't even fight Yalthun, right? Yalthun has escaped death. I defeated him in a fairly epic, like, climactic-looking battle. In a mindscape of his own making. And he just shows up again. And we don't fight him. And to my knowledge, he doesn't show up again. I would have been fine if maybe that quest had been folded into the other Madness chain. The first one. So you do the missing quest, you discover the things, and then before you kick down his door and go to his apartment to try to kill him, you put that quest. So he revealed the big reveal, right? The big reveal that scares everybody. And then you go and stomp him. But this just feels random. And not random like, ooh, that was random. Just random like, okay, why did we do this? Why is he alive? I want to know why he's alive. Because I stabbed him. Hello, Dirk. Dirk's got a secret. A new secret! He gives you a piece of paper. You go into your inventory. You double click it. It's a quest. The paper itself will bring you into the Palace of Stone. We've met the Lord of Stone before. And I still didn't go get the hireling. So, interestingly, because of our interactions in the past, the Lord of Stone and the Lord of Eyes are aware of us. And because they are not, I mean, they're not good, but they're more like, they're more of a chaotic evil, like, I don't, you know, I'm not even going to call them evil. They're more just chaos. Like, they're obviously lean evil and selfish and stuff, but they're just crazy and powerful. He wants us to come and see his museum. He has made an entire museum dedicated to stone. So you step on these things, they light up, and they create a bridge. It took me an embarrassingly long amount of time, the first time I did this quest, to figure out how to get over to these doors.
I encourage all my servants to reflect on their shortcomings. The Medusa's most of all.
So, we must go explore the halls of reflection, the galleries of motion, and the museum of stone. I'm thinking this is the halls of reflection, because he's been talking about he wants all of his minions to self-reflect. And he does make a joke about the Medusas. So we're going to step on the button. Often when you fight Medusas, there's a button somewhere that opens up a mirror to mess with their ability, which seems like a bad place for a Medusa to hang out.
Take a moment to reflect. That's what I say. Otherwise, you're just setting
All
yourself
right.
up to be blindsided.
Forward we go. Another Medusa. And she's out. You're just another mirror, right? Yeah.
An experienced person such as yourself, on the other hand, is
So, I
wise
believe
enough to
we are...
benefit
Yes.
from patience.
So, this portion actually has traps that affect us. So, there's a bunch of, I want to say, fire traps dotted through here. So we step on... See. Don't step on the red ones. Okay? No step red ones. You do step on the yellow one to open that door. Get out of here, gargoyle. That's what you get for stepping on that lever. Boing. 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 Away goes the Medusa. And that's just a mere lever. I mean, I almost feel bad just how outmatched most of these things are. So, shortcut to the other side. Another Medusa. Should be another lever over here to hit, which is probably through here. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay. And I believe that is the end of the Halls of Reflection.
Rested and refreshed,
We take the crest to show that we have
be on your way.
actually
There's much more to
done
see.
that whole section of the tour. And we're back in the middle. So we did that one. So let's go this way now. Step on these. Wait for the bridge to spawn. There is actually an optional right there. If you jump off the backside and fall down there, I think it's a named gargoyle, and it has a chest right there.
Come, join us in the galleries of motion. I'm just about
Here's
to
the Lord
show
of
you
Eyes.
the Lord of Eyes. Well, what do you think?
So he's literally giving the Lord of Eyes a tour
Isn't it splendid?
of his
Isn't it magnificent?
stone
The
museum.
Lord of Eyes is not impressed. I don't know. Stone is so
I can't move
static,
forward
so
until they're done
unchanging,
talking.
So dull. Still, I suppose it suits you.
No, he understands nothing.
Fumes the Lord of Stone.
The galleries of motion show just how wrong he is.
Those guys amuse me. Those guys amuse me.
Static? Nothing could be further from the truth.
And that's a boulder.
There's in motion all around us.
Right. Paying attention to the quest. I can do this. So, obviously the galleries of motion are how about stone is not just static and unchanging. And it's going to involve me getting run over by boulders a lot.
There's the slow,
Let's see.
silent erosion of the mountains.
Now, keep in mind these are also homing boulders.
Rift of the continents.
They have a tendency to mysteriously turn. Especially when we get into some of the later rooms here. It's just like, haha, I've sidestepped this boulder, and the boulder just turns 90 degrees anyway.
Searing everything in its path.
Was there supposed to be something in that room? If you're coming in here without a heavy damage weapon, remember that all these stone guys have damage reduction.
Then there are earthquakes. When the ground itself
That was... You see how... You can maybe argue it was bouncing off of that gong, but... Yeah. Which one of those managed to do slicing blow, doing 0 damage a tick, but still making us go, ow? It's like when you take your plate out of the microwave too early and your fingers are just like a little hot.
Stone is constantly in motion.
can't turn the lever because our finger go.
Everything else had better get out of its way.
Okay, so this will. We actually have to push some levers. So you don't really want to just leap off, because you got to hit the levers anyway. Bad boulder. Alright, lever number 1. Look, lever number 2. I would send the hireling to go push it, but you see that? You see that boulder decided which direction to roll after it spawned. So now we have both of these turned on. It opens up this door. Standard stuff. Gonna try to not get run over. Hey look, Crest of the Octopus. So I'm not even gonna fight those gargoyles. I can just yoink that, jump through the dimension door. 2/3 of the way there. So we return the other way. Now we just have the Museum of Stone.
The Museum of Stone. I must confess, it is my favorite place in the entire palace.
Look.
You really do have excellent taste.
Rocks.
In this blob of flesh. Welcome to the Museum of Stone.
This is the rock in its natural habitat.
Its variety, its ecology, its social habits and
Can't do anything till he's done talking.
Please continue to the first exhibit.
Come on. Nope. Finish your monologue. Hello? Did I jump over a trigger or something? Oh, okay, there we go.
Since time began, one force more than any other has shaped
Open
our
door.
history, and that
Just
force is
so
stone.
if you run fast enough, you can almost make it through here before he activates all of the rocks.
Stone. Since that day,
We got through the first door, but then they don't let you open the second door.
ready to strike when the prophecy calls.
Animated mud. I guess mud is kind of stone. And the door's open. And now we're going to fight
The first living things
some
crawled
rocks.
out to populate Eberron. What did they
Take that, rock.
stone?
You know, if you defeat a rock, isn't it still just a rock?
What did they build them
Like,
from? Stone.
I wouldn't have really been surprised if they had made the rocks kind of like oozes. You know, you hit them and they split. You hit the rock, now it's two small rocks.
Dark corners.
Hit that rock, now it's two smaller rocks.
With stone. When they plummeted into nameless chasms, or were pierced by stray stalactites,
Attacked by stalactites.
and laid them low. When the blood of ancient heroes drenched the battlefield, it
And we're going to slap some rocks.
when the bones
And I
of
think we're
ancient
pretty
heroes
close to the end.
into the crypts, it was stone that welcomed.
Yep.
Stone.
Now, optionally, defeat the Stone Guardian. This, I mean, yeah, it's just a couple of rocks, but
Thank you for visiting
that's a unique looking
the
enemy.
Stone.
Animated pile of rocks.
Before you leave.
And he gave us a souvenir from the gift shop. So, now that we have looked in all three of his exhibits, now we can go meet with him and tell him what we think. So to orient yourself in case you get lost, up left, down left, and right when you're facing the throne are the three wings you go through, and then the way to finish the quest is straight past the throne. Up this new one that spawns. Well, it spawns after you put the crests
I
in.
trust you've enjoyed your little tour of the palace.
Boing.
Come find me.
And then we fail the quest because we can't jump high enough. Again.
Now ascend, brave adventurer, to the summit of glory, a most sacred place,
And
dedicated
here
to those
is
who have reached the very pinnacle of perfection. A place dedicated to
the Lord of Stone.
As you can see,
So
no use for
his
false
his
gods.
image will attack us, and we're going to beat it up.
I was led to believe that your kind was soft and prone to bleed.
And then his image from the other picture will attack us. And then, stop me if you heard this one,
Ending? This isn't how
his
the
image
ceremony was supposed
from
to
the
go at all.
third one will attack us. I'm trying to make sure I get that Medusa. There we go.
This has become tedious.
So,
Never get your once
he's a little grumpy because he was expecting to basically wipe the floor with our blood. As that's his. Instead of breaking a champagne bottle on a ship, kind of like, you know, christening it, he takes an adventurer and smashes them against his museum. Only we survived.
I'll have to settle for that other fluid you've been leaking all over my palace.
He will accept sweat instead of blood,
I have important work.
which is
I'm planning
kind of him in his own crazy way.
this place look like a mere pebble.
This quest has a lot of little puns, and if you enjoy the atmosphere, that is a fun little quest. If you're just trying to go run through for XP or something, you probably... I don't know if there's any good named loot or anything in that quest. But it's an amusing quest. And now the one that people buy the pack for. Poor Verona. She rented out the entire inn. They seemed so nice. Please, please get them to leave, she says. Because there's a party going on. And I already highly regret not having Clint. I guess we'll see if it matters. This quest, you actually do want the hireling. Like, I am potentially wasting my time right now not having the hireling.
From upstairs, a voice. Today, our masters are free from Khyber. Today, we make
So we round up here, confront the party guest. Come on, I killed the stupid Medusa. Yeah, you're high.
minions of the Lord of Stones
So.
together with the minions of the Lord of Eyes.
Where's my key?
Last time, the
There we go.
Delirious were defeated
Yo.
because they worked against
Hello,
one
bartender. We take the key. That's our end chest, by the way. Down into the servants' quarters. Weird that we fought a Medusa and a Mind Flayer. Really? None of those hit? So what we have here, both
This is an army. They were thwarted for eons, but
the
forces
Lord of
Zodiac
Eyes
are
and
now
the Lord
ready
of
to
Stone
sweep
are here.
across the face of Eberron. You must find a way to stop this invasion.
They're just
The Delkir
partying.
lords
They're
can
both
command
free,
the madness of Zoriat. The Delkir are the key.
right? They have... This is one of those, like, Halloween landed on a Sunday while the planets were aligned kind of bullshit. We're free for a day, let's party, and then go murder all of the people who keep, like, keeping us from escaping. But first we party. So, you actually... This quest is ever so slightly different. You can pick which one of them you want to side with. Will your consort be Stone or Eye? So if you say Stone, then the Lord of
Stone's
Stone
usual response is
will
some sort of acceptance.
bless you.
The Mad Delkir's essence weighs on your mind.
So obviously, here we go back into the Zoriat version of this place.
Grip on... What was that?
Right?
There's nothing wrong here. You serve
What
the
can we
Lord
do,
of Stone.
O Lord? So, we have been tasked with 3 tests, because 3 is the number of things that happen in these quests in this game. We need a mirror, a balloon, and some floor tile. And we are made of rock. If you pick eye and you talk to the other guy, you're made of eyes. Let's do the one that has the highest chance of us dying
They're all
first.
here for a social mixer before heading
This
out for a
quest
night on the
is
town. As a servant of the
surprisingly
Delirium, you should
difficult.
mingle. Maybe meet a nice beholder or
So it mostly comes down to inadvertent, poorly stacking modifiers. So what we're going to do is, first I'm going to wander around aimlessly while I'm trying to remember where the thing I want is.
There's a mirror in the back
There we
of this
go.
room. Your reflection is waving at you. Maybe.
Alright. So, that's not what we look like. So we found a mirror, right? We want to take the mirror. Normally your character actually shows up right there. Okay? But we are a female Dragonborn, and apparently Dragonborn were not programmed into the mirror. So we get naked human female. The hair's kind of the right color. Anyway, she's waving at us. It would be impolite not to wave back. /wave. What is that, a bow? We shall bow. Point? Point. Flex? /flex. I think that's supposed to be cheer. /cheer. And that is blowing a kiss. /kiss. Your reflection moves and you copy it. But if you're mimicking it, it must mean it's the original and you are the mirror. So now we are a mirror. And monsters are attacking our reflection. We need to protect them. So we cross over into the mirror to protect the reflection, right? Because this is a crazy place. Here's the problem. We take boatloads of damage because we are made of mirror, okay? Especially on higher difficulties. Like, I've walked in here and just immediately died. Even on a super over-leveled character. Now, usually I'm running back in here on, like, Elite to clean up the favor. Hello, Silverkey. But it's still, like, man. You die so fast if you're not, like, clobbering these things as they spawn. And remember, we have a lot of damage, and we're especially good against Zoriat things. So I'm just kind of running straight at every enemy and killing it as fast as possible, because we cannot survive if we get surrounded and hit by everything at the same time. Those things were all aggroed on the reflection, which is convenient. So, I have not only died... Oh, we took 40... And another 40 right there. Just offhand swings. We go from taking barely any damage to we just took almost 100 damage to random gargoyles. There you go.
Thank yourself for your help and hope that you won't need your protection again.
So we made it through the first super deadly section. Hello, mirror. If you start waving and everything again, you can actually re-trigger that and go back in, I believe. Alright. We have Essence of Mirror. So let me see if it actually tells me. You are highly susceptible to shattering from blunt, slashing, or piercing damage. You know, all of the physical damage. So we are going to go talk to the Lord of Stone. I have brought ye a mirror. It is me. You may have my mirrorness. So he takes away our mirrorness. And now let's go get a balloon. Balloon is the next most difficult one. So people will say that balloon is the most difficult, but balloon you can work through. The mirror one, if you like those 2 hits for 40 damage we took, those are 2 hits for like 400 damage on elite. Like it gets really nasty really fast. So look, the balloon crate. Oh no, it's out of balloons. I guess we'll just use the air canister on ourselves. It even like widens your character up because you are now a balloon and you get blown by that vent. And we float around. So this is the equivalent of the fly spell that we had in Reaver's Refuge. Now, we're going to go in here. And just go first person just to make this a little easier to see. We need to get through all of that bullshit. We have Essence of Balloon. You're highly susceptible to elemental damage and piercing and slashing damage. Also, we're 25% slower, cannot jump, tumble, or use other rapid movement thingies, but we float. We do have Stone Skin. While under this effect, you are resistant to damage as if you have a permanent Stone Skin. That's because we picked the Lord of Stone. Lord of Stone kind of mitigates the damage that you take. Not a lot. So, if we were a rogue, we could turn these traps off. If we were smart, we'd have our hireling. And the hireling is not a balloon, and the hireling can run in and push levers and stuff for us. We have to... See, look at that, 100 damage. We have to time it to walk through all of these traps. And I have failed all of them. So you hit the lever. Turns off the traps. Good, right? All it really means is now we have to go up there through those traps. There's another reroute valve up there. So you have a choice to make. So you need the trap to be on to make progress later. You can leave this one off and go hit that one instead and float through. I'm just going to go up through this. I'm actually going to heal myself real quick, and then we're going to do it. And down, and go. Hey, I made it through that one. Nice. Alright. So cut, 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 cut. Made it. Kind of like other blade traps. I'm aiming for after it has done its main motion. So in this case, it's got 2 cycles, right? In, out. In, out. And I kind of feel like after that second time where you can kind of see the white, like, motion blur, after that I try to go through because there's the biggest gap between the next time it chomps again. So we're going to go down. I want to say we're going to have to fight some. So we fight. Look, a balloon. Let's pop it. How rude. We go up. There's a beholder in here, right? As if things weren't bad enough. He's spamming disintegrate at us. this green key is mine now. It's not even the worst of it. Alright, so I'm going to step over here. I'm not going to run through the trap to fight the beholder. I'm going to make him come to me. If nothing else, take that. Really? I meant that. We're going to holy sword on our throwing axe. Take that. And that. And that. And that. And that. Oh, and we lost all of our buffs because they are beholders. Just trying not to get disintegrated. Because remember, we're a balloon. It said we take more elemental damage. I don't know if any of his... I don't know if disintegrate counts as elemental damage, but let's not risk it. So, I'm going to put my buffs back up. We are at the last of the blade traps. However, when we get past this, so there's two vertical ones, and then you can kind of see there's a horizontal one there too. So we have to go forward, forward, up through another one, and on top, right here, there's a couple more Medusas that are going to start attacking us the second we pop up. So we need to be able to book it once we get up there. Don't waste too much time. Oh, we can put our shield up for potentially more trap damage mitigation. We'll leave that up for now. And one. And go. I did not think I made that, but I'll take it. And two. And one. And two. Okay. Zoom in. Try to get my bearings. So, okay, so there is also there's another blade trap halfway up, but if I go all the way to the roof, I should be able to go over that other blade trap. Up all the way, over the other blade trap, and then down on top of those Medusas that I know are there. And this should be a little easier to dodge because there's just one blade. Up we go. All the way over the top. Oh, that was poor planning on my part. I did not re-equip my sword. Kill the Medusa. Okay. Halfway through flying up there, I changed course because I think I saw this one and I thought it was the lower one. I panicked, basically. What is over there? Oh, that's another key. Yeah, so I should have stuck to what I was going to do. Straight up, and then just hold up and spacebar and go up along the ceiling and down. But instead I went straight through the middle of the trap. And we got lucky that we didn't take damage there. Alright. I believe... Yes. So we're going to hit this lever right here. This turns off the fan. That's been our whole goal. We turn off the fan because that's what blew us into the attic to begin with. Now that the fan is not blowing us out of the way, we can float back down to the air canister. That was it. That was it. If we had not floated up through that crack in the ceiling, we would not have had to do any of that. Boop, 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 boop. I feel like I should have a tuba playing. Alright, we can fly, so we're just going to avoid the stairs. Go straight to turn in our ballooniness. There you are. You are now back to normal. And now we just need some floor tile. I want to say we go through the kitchen to get that. And this part is, I don't want to say free, but it is not nearly the pain. Like, I don't believe I have ever just randomly died in this section. So look, there's a can of power crystal. Hello, crystal. I need to use some power. Because we need, like, canonically, we need to power up this little puzzle so we can keep going. I want power. You have no power. So you can bluff, diplomacy, whatever, or start a fight. Take that, Crystal. This is what I think of that. Mercy, mercy. You have the power. I'm a floor tile. So, floor tiles don't jump. You think you're a floor tile with a lot of power. So we charge the puzzle. So we have to mess with the puzzle because you can't actually solve these, I'm pretty sure.
You are a power tile. If you connect to the edge of an outer tile piece, you can stream your power through it.
So we have to light up all of the tiles. There we go. Once they're all lit up, we can beat them in... Oh, we don't have to fight these ones. That's original Delirium. The revolution has come. We must free our brethren. Let's go. Ghost of what's his name?
Who died in this place. Its obsession with puzzles has kept the disturbed
All right.
spirit from moving on.
He's dead. We solved the puzzle
Tries to
again.
solve this puzzle.
So what we're doing is we need to set these puzzles up so we light the whole thing up. So just pick a spot to start and just, so like this wouldn't work, right? Because it would run off the edge. We need to light up the whole thing. So if that's the start, nope, that still doesn't work. Let's start by getting these edges. Ooh, this looks promising. Turn. Yeah, we're on track now. Let's see. What did I mess up? Oh, we start there. It goes all the way around. This one goes up and turns like that. There we go. That will provide power for all the tiles. And up they go. And away they go. So we follow the...
A new puzzle.
Ah! The ghost of the beholder is back again. I forgot about that. Anti-magic. Jerk. Anyway. This one's actually a lot easier because there's only... It's like a bunch of small ones. And I didn't mean to click that one. A bunch of small ones instead of a big one. So you know that one has to be straight, right? Because it has to go that way. Well, then it has to go this way. Well, then it has to go this way. It has to go this way. And we don't actually care about this last one. Has to go straight. Has to go straight. Has to go straight. This doesn't have another edge to it, so it has to go this way. And then it has to split. And this is how this one gets powered. This is how this one gets powered. You know, they kind of solve themselves. On this one, anyway. Just have to actually run in and click every single... I did not mean to click that tile. Every single tile. Alright. And we know we have one of this on this edge hanging off, so we line ourselves up. You can see all of our power going through, and huzzah! Come, my army of floor tiles. So now we're going to go back and do a really big puzzle. And, you know, kill this guy again. I do think it's amusing that he's killed by a floor puzzle, right? Because we're a tile. Okay, so the goal of this one is, again, light them all up. So find all your straight pieces, because you know the straight pieces have to go straight, and at that point you will know where all of your other options of things to actually make decisions are. So like this looks very clearly like it's going to end up being a loop, right? So does this. That should go straight. This is probably our start right there. Goes around and around. Go up, come back down. So where are we going to start? We could start there, and it would go up and around, and yeah, looks good. There it goes. There it comes back, and around, and done. There's a lot of straight ones, so there's only so many. You can only mess that one up so much, because there's a lot of straight. And now the can of crystal is powering this up.
They're all powered.
And we can use the elevator. That was the whole reason we needed all that power, because we're floor tile. We can't jump, so we couldn't jump back up to the door. So we are going to very flatly make our way out of the kitchen, up the stairs, and turn in our tileness. Hello. Here you go.
Your master assembles the battlefield out of what you've brought.
All right.
To reflect the light, a balloon to affix them to the
So he
air,
uses
and
the
time
mirror,
for the dance floor.
the tiles, the balloon to make a dance floor. The mimic is the MC. So the beholder is here to dance on behalf of the Lord of Eyes. And we will dance on behalf of the Lord of Stone. The boss of this quest is a dance fight. I'm going to go reload on magic, though. Because all of our buffs got dispelled by that beholder earlier, and I want my buffs up. So the way the dance fight works, you literally go /dance, and as you're dancing, you gain points. You can also interfere with the opponent dancing by whacking them hard, and then they will stop dancing while you are dancing. It's a lot easier to do if you've got more players, because somebody can just always be dancing and everybody else can always be beating up the enemy. Here we go. Dancing monsters can't be killed. Combat effects can be used, so stun, charm, sleep, etc. Win when your opponents have reached full humiliation. Your opponent's humiliation decays if no one in your party is alive on the dance floor, and you can use dance and dance too.
Let's get it on.
So, I'm going to start dancing.
2, 1, dance.
So, numbers are going up, right? We're going to go ahead and give that a nice smite.
Ow, what did you
Dance.
do? It ain't gonna kill them, but they sure ain't dancing while they're seeing stars.
Let's see how long he stays stunned from me hitting him. Not very long. So we're going to take him out again.
Don't need to break out the moves.
Dance.
Hitting them upside the head.
So he stays stunned a little bit longer than it takes for him to... What am I trying to say? The time it takes me to kill him is only a couple seconds, but that's a couple seconds that I'm not dancing, right? If it takes me 5 seconds to kill him and he's only stunned for 4 seconds, it's not worth attacking him.
Don't need to break out the moves. You're
But since I can use adrenaline and smite and one-shot him, we are doing pretty well here. Gotta get in my rhythm. Smite. Dance. You know what? Screenshot. Adrenaline. Smite. Dance. And adrenaline. Smite. Dance. We've almost got to 100%. We're 3/4 of the way there. Adrenaline. Smite. Dance. And adrenaline. Smite. Dance. Again, easier if you have more players, right? Or hireling, right? Because I can dance, and the hireling can be messing with the beholder. Like, oop, that was not the dance command. And I don't even have to attack at this point, because even when he wakes up... Oh, he interfered with my dance by hitting me. Well, in that case, dance. 2. We win. So, this always makes me smile, this quest. So, they're arguing again, right? The Lord of Eyes is a sore loser. He says this party's lame, and he goes home.
The Lord of Eyes has scampered back to Khyber in humiliation.
Here's the thing, though.
Speak with your glorious master.
Wonderful, master. Shall I join your Medusas in decimating the surface world and laying waste to its defenders? No, because the pact with the Lord of Eyes requires we work in concert. Lord of Eyes took his ball and went home. So the Lord of Stone must also as well. So he takes back his insanity and he teleports away.
The last of the Zorian creatures leave, and the
He takes all of the rest of them home.
It looks like you
Because
succeeded in your original goal,
they follow the
to kick
rules.
all the party guests
The Lord of
out.
Eyes went home, so he has to go home.
Sometimes these bouncer jobs
Poor
get a bit
bartender.
complicated.
Of course, from his point of view, we were fighting. 4 eyes. We got an item. Level 18, True Seeing, Insightful Wisdom, Spell, Pen, and Concentration. I like it's a True Seeing item. It's level 18, though, and I don't think I'm going to use it on anybody. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. True Seeing items are way better when they're low level. Like the ring we've been wearing this whole time. That ring is crazy good. Dance bonus chest. Because they didn't get over a certain amount. Like we... Oh, there it is right there. Dance challengers never reached 50%. Dance challengers never reached 100%. We got 2 bonus chests for doing good at the dance-off. And that's the end of that pack. I am amused by the Museum of Stone. I don't like Fashion Madness, but I really like the Acute Delirium quest. It's a weird, unusual challenge that makes you do things that you don't ever need to think about otherwise. Like, if it wasn't for the damage potential, right? Those quests get crazy on Elite because of the multiplicative damage you take from being Mirror and Balloon. Like, that's the only sticking point to that quest, is that the mirrorness and the balloonness have such a propensity to get you killed to things you normally wouldn't worry about. But yeah. Anyway. That's it for that pack. That's really it. It's just those 3 quests. I really like Acute Delirium. That's the kind of quest that you you show people who are like, oh well, it's just more Dungeons and Dragons. I'm kind of bored. Like, have you run Acute Delirium? Sometimes the devs are allowed to kind of go off the handle and do weird stuff. I like that quest. In terms of actual value, we haven't needed XP at this level for a long time, right? I think we actually have enough XP we can level. Yeah, well, we got. Let's go level up. So yeah, I like this pack. Okay, I do recommend that you play it. Is there any reason to rush out and buy it right now? No. And honestly, aside from the amusement factor, like, if you didn't have the pack, you would never notice. But I do recommend you pick it up. If nothing else than just for the Delirium quest, which is what's selling the whole pack, let's be honest. Nobody says, let's go run Fashion Madness. Nope. I feel like that's kind of the default for most of these packs so far. Is most of them are fine, but you're better off waiting for them to go on sale. Which doesn't make for very varied recommendations, but that's kind of just, that's how it is. There's only going to be a few of them that float to the top, like always get these, and there's thankfully very few that have been never get these. So, level 21. Our first actual epic level. We get a couple of things. So for one thing, we get epic power and epic skills. These are just going to passively make us much stronger every single level we take for the rest of our character. We no longer have to pick what skills we want. We just get +1 to all skills every level. So yeah, that's a +1 to our use magic device, but it's also +1 to jump. And everything else. We're just better at literally everything, every level. Epic power gives us roughly, the lazy math is +6% damage per level. That adds up pretty quick. And -1% to the cost of our spells, which we've got a pretty small spell pool. But it's still, like, my resurrection is going to go from 40 to, 39, maybe. I don't know where the rounding goes. Let's check our character planner and see what... See what feat we were looking at. I mean, I could have guessed, but we're going to be taking Overwhelming Critical. When you roll a 19 or a 20, your critical multiplier is increased by 1. It's kind of boring sounding that it's only when you roll a 19 or a 20 and it only increases it by 1, but it's one of the highest damaging passive effects in the game. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Especially with how fast we attack, just in general. That goes off a lot more than you would think. Alright. Do we have points to spend? Not those points. We have 4 points to spend in the Destinies, which I have not thought about in a while. We don't have a Destiny Mantle yet. Yeah, because we had just barely got to 5 here. We got maxed out Adrenaline, grabbed our Resist All Energy, and then we didn't go any farther into our actual main tree. Let's see. Holy Mantle does not do a whole lot for us. So the way the mantles work is you can only use one of them. We have access to 3 because there's one in every tree, but only one of them can be active. We didn't already take one, right? Nope, we didn't. So what this one does is weapons and shields have your alignment for damage reduction purposes, so they will count as lawful and good, which is fine. I mean, it's useful against a couple of random enemies. And base attack bonus equal to my character level. We already have that. What's more interesting is when we get later, see, your Divine Crusader Destiny Mantle now grants +1 to your weapons. Level it up, level it up. And favored weapons gain an extra damage die. Like, this sucks. This is good. But you have to have this for this to mean anything. So we're going to take the mantle because we're going to have to take it anyway. Do we want some defense? I like hit points. Smite Evil regenerates faster. Have I ever run out of smites? I barely remember to use them. We don't have a shield. I guess we'll upgrade Consecration because we're going to get an ability later that cares about that. I guess we'll just take the HP. It's also a little bit of fortification. Which... I don't... what's our fortification? 98%. We haven't even had 100% fortification against critical hits this whole time. And I'm still considering not even taking it, because that's just an itemization problem. But I'll do it. There we go. No more enemies critical hit versus us. So, what are we doing next time? Next time, we have the High Road. We have to walk all the way back to Evening Star again for yet another Forgotten Realms adventure, helping out the Harpers and fighting... What are we fighting? I think we finally get to fight something that's not cultists. No, I think it is cultists. Of course it's cultists. It's always cultists. You go out into the Forgotten Realms, the population is 80% cultists. Are we the cultists because we're not cultists? Like, when there's so many cultists, are we now the minority? Are we the cultists because being in the cult is supposed to be the normal thing? I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it for once. They won't. Anyway. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching. Try not to join any cults. See you next time.